For today's workout, we're going to be doing some hip stuff, mostly external rotation, and if we have time, we'll be getting into some hip flexion work. We'll also be doing a little combo external rotation and flexion. You won't need any equipment, so just your body. I have a couple yoga blocks to my side here just in case I need them to help myself in some of the positions, like if you know that you need yoga blocks to help you balance in like a figure four, or like when you're in 90-90. I don't think we have any 90-90 today, but but in those kind of ground positions, if you know that yoga blocks help prop you up, you might want to have those handy. See, other than that, we'll just go ahead and get rolling. We'll start off with our cars, hips, knees, and ankles, and then we will jump into the rest of the workout. Quick refresher: we're going to be starting our hip cars in quadruped. A lot of times we'll either do them standing or sideline. Today we'll be doing them in quadruped. A quick refresher for hip cars is taking your hip through their full rotational range of movement, and from the quadruped position it looks like this. So you're here, everything nice and tight, and the only thing I want moving is my hip joint. So I'm not going to be moving my back as I come up. I'm not going to be tilting as I go to the side. I'm going to try to minimize moving anywhere else and only move and maximize my hip. From there I'm going to come up into hip flexion. I'm going to bring it, then I'll bring it out to the side. So up and then out. Once I've maxed out how far I can lift it to the side, I'm going to internally rotate that hip. So as if it's on this axis here, I'm just going to rotate it up. So out, rotate up. I'm going to kick back into hip extension. Again, I'm not getting back extension, just hip as much as I can, around and down, and then I'll reverse that, right? So I'll kick back, as much extension as I can without back going, out to the side, up, around, back into hip flexion, and down. And when we're on our side or standing, we can get a lot more external rotation in the front, but obviously in this position, don't even try to worry about that external. Just come up, out, internally rotate, up, around. We'll have 60 seconds of hip cars in each leg. Remember to try to get to the edge of your range of motion, so kind of find where it's easy to control and then go a little bit more, push right to that edge, maximizing hip range, minimizing using anything else. 60 seconds on the clock. Ready and begin. At your own pace, just try to go slow and controlled, smooth. So try not to start and stop. As you're going, we're just one smooth, continuous circle, 1 mile per hour, whatever that means for you, but just slow, smooth, and controlled. We're at the halfway point already. We're 30 seconds in. I'm going knee to chest, and again, you don't have to follow me, but if you're just getting a little bit lost, I'm going knee to chest, out to the side. Internal rotation, up, around, and down, and then I'm reversing it. Up, out to the side, coming under, around, and down. We'll switch sides. I was thinking something as I was going, but now I lost myself. Here we go, 60 seconds on the clock. Ready and begin. Nice and tight, knee to chest, out to side. Internal rotation, extension, around and down. And again, you don't have to look like me or keep pace with me. Just feel your own hip. Up, out, internally rotated, up, around and down. Hey Hey Cody, good to see you. We're at the halfway point here. And the last 15 seconds, slow, smooth, and controlled. All in the hips. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just finish this one that you're on. And relax. All right. I think I forgot to add, I'm just monitoring the chat, so if you have any questions, need any feedback, questions, modifications, just type it in the chat and I'll be monitoring as we go. All right, so we'll move sitting down. We're going to go to our knee cars. Quick refresher for the knee cars. Remember, the knee rotates in and out, so I'm not rotating just my foot, but I'm rotating my whole shin bone, turning it out, turning it in. You can feel at the base of your knee, right here, you can feel that bone rotating under your fingers. So try to make sure to keep that rotation. I'll take my outside hand, come under, lock it in here just to keep my upper leg still, or you can just hold it or whatever is comfortable for you. But we like to turn out, kick out, turn in, pull back. Turn out, kick out, turn in, and pull back. So just maintaining that rotational movement of the knee. I'm turning out the whole time. I kick out, and then I'm turning in the whole time as I pull back. Out, up. We're going to go 30 seconds that way. Then we'll go 30 seconds, turn in, kick out, turn out, pull back. 30 seconds that way. 30 seconds of each. Also, you don't have to try to lock out the knee, right? So when the knee is fully locked out, it doesn't rotate, and you see my whole hip is rotating here. So just before lockout, that's when the knee can, as far as the knee can rotate. So don't fully lock out. Get to a nice extended position. Doesn't have to be full, but making sure we're getting that knee rotation. 30 seconds. 30 seconds, ready and begin. Turn out, kick out, turn in, pull back in again. At your own pace, trying to feel and control your own muscles and getting them to move. Get ready to switch directions. And switch. So it doesn't matter if you're doing 5 or 10 in this 30 seconds or even 1. The goal is to really try to feel and control that knee, the muscles about the knee working to control it. So if you feel behind the leg, you can feel your hamstrings pull, maybe your shins are moving a little bit. Quad obviously working as well on that knee. And time, we're going to go right into ankle cars. Is just taking the ankle through its full range of motion. So stay in the same position. And now you're just rotating that ankle. The kind of key points to hit: ankle inversion, ankle eversion. So in, out, dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. So hitting those 4 points as you make a circle, smooth, controlled each way. 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Ready and begin. Take your time and move slowly, especially through the spots where your body kind of wants to skip through. So make that circle as big and as smooth as you can, trying to work into and gain control of those spots that your body kind of wants to skip past. And reverse. Because the more we can gain control and start moving those, the more we can start training and sending inputs in there, right? If you can't move a certain area and your body just skips it, guess what doesn't get trained? Is that area. And those are generally our weaker areas, and where, you know, if you twist your ankle or roll your ankle or somewhere where it's weak and untrained is where it really starts to hurt. So make sure to start trying to gain control of those areas. We'll switch legs and other knee. So I just like to do a couple rotations just to make sure I see or feel my knee rotating before I start flexing and extending it. And let's go. Begin. Knee cars. Turn out, kick out, turn in, pull back. Ten seconds till we switch directions. Really kind of lock in, feel that happening, and switch directions. Turning in now. Squeezing for more rotation in as you kick up. Squeezing for rotation out as you pull back. Turning in the whole time as I'm kicking up. Turning out the whole time as I'm pulling back. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and right into ankle. As much range as you can, big, controlled circle. And switch directions. Good, we've got 15 seconds left. Keep working that ankle. Smooth, controlled circle, hitting all of the points. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, our first little circuit of exercises is going to be from the quadruped position, and we're going to be, so this is our regular quadruped, and then I'm going to come up into kind of this 3-point stance. I'm going to be working this down leg, and what I'm going to start with is just capsule cartwheel, so just moving the hip in the joint. And what you want to do is you're just coming in as far as you can, coming out as far as you can, and watching for the big pelvic hike. So you're just coming in as far as you can without kind of dipping, rolling under, and coming out without a big twist. So what you're just rotating in as much as you can, rotating out, finding that end and kind of squeezing for a little bit more without too much hike. It might move a little bit, but really just try to squeeze the side hip as you come out. We're going to do 5. In and out. And on the end of number 5, as you come in, we're going to drop that knee behind. And now, when you're searching here, you can adjust and shift. I want you to try to find a stretch on this leg. Once you've found that stretch, we'll do our exercise, pails and rails, which is pushing back. So I'm trying to sweep this leg back against the back leg, using that stretching stuff. So pushing back, and then I'm going to squeeze and try to rotate off. But since I'm in a deep stretch, nothing will move. I'm just trying to contract the tissues, contract those muscles. We're going to work up to about halfway as hard as we can. So kind of a light to medium squeeze, and really just try to feel the tissues. Then we'll go back to capsule cars again. 5, rotating in and out. and then we will do a strong one. So the first one, we're just trying to find it, feel what we're going to be working for the hard exercise. So we'll set up here, get in your quadruped position, bring one leg back, and we're going to rotate. So start out, squeeze out, find your end, fight for more, and squeeze, rotate in. You're going to go out again. Internal rotation of the hips, so hips rotating in, foot's going out, external, foot comes in. 2, rotate out, squeeze, rotate in, squeeze. Good. If you're kind of ahead of pace, just slow down, squeeze out. If you're ready at the end, just hold and squeeze. Come in for 4, hold and squeeze. One more time, sweeping out. And 5, coming in, hold it in. Drop that back leg down. Adjust as needed. So pelvic tilt, right? Hip hike. Find a stretch. You can adjust your body. Find a stretch on your working leg. Now that we've found that stretch, start pushing, sweeping that foot down against that blocking leg, using that stretching glute. Push back against it. Try to feel it. Feel that actually working. Increase the tension. Increase the tension. Just keeping it in that glute. Should be at a nice medium strong tension, and 60 seconds hold. Keep working and squeezing down. Building some control and muscle endurance in that tissue. So we're squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Really focus your mind on controlling and just using the stretching glute. Keep pushing down. So we're generating all of your internal tension here. So you're internally, kind of in your mind, generating tension. I could sit here and do nothing and just say I'm not feeling this exercise, or you can squeeze, push down. We've got 20 seconds to go. Work and squeeze. Find that squeeze on the stretching tissue. Keep squeezing, pushing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rotate up. So stay in that position, but I'm trying to essentially do this. I'm rotating up. I'm not lifting up. I'm trying to rotate my ankle up to the 12 o'clock position. So I'm here. I'm trying to rotate my ankle up to 12 o'clock. Sweep, squeeze inner groin. If you need to come a little bit out of that stretch, give yourself a little more so you can feel it. Like if you're not feeling anything in that groin, come out of the stretch. So this is a deep stretch. Come out of it a little bit and just try to squeeze more. Squeeze that inside. We've got 15 seconds. Keep squeezing. Keep squeezing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up. Capsule cars again. Sweep out and sweep in. Now you should have a little better feeling of control in that hip. Squeeze where you're just going that way. Squeeze in for 2. Squeeze out. Squeeze in for 3. Squeeze out. And squeeze in for 4. Last one. Squeeze out. And squeeze in, external rotation. Drop that knee behind. Find your position, whether you're arching, tucked, out to the side. Find a stretch in that glute. Use those stretching muscles to push down against your thigh. Rotate that leg into the thigh. Push. And now we're going to ramp up to a nice hard push. So maximum safe effort for 10 to 15 seconds. Ready? Ramp. Strong. And max safe effort squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rails rotating up. Squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. And we'll switch sides. I'm just going to rotate so I'm still facing the camera. We've got the other side. Other side. So I'm in my quadruped. Bring my non-working leg back. And I'm going to get my hip rotations here. Sweep out. Minimizing pelvic hike. Rotate out and rotate in. Squeeze. Squeeze out. And squeeze in for 2. Squeeze out. And in for 3. Big squeeze. Try to find that inside hip stuff. Outside hip stuff. Squeeze out. And in for 4. Last one. Rotate. Squeeze out. And squeeze in for 5. Drop that back knee down. Find your stretch position. Whatever you need to do, arch, tuck, slide out, find your position. I'm here. Start using that to push down, right? I'm pushing down against that back leg. I'm going to set up a block under this knee here for myself. So that's what I needed. Ready, and ramp, push. Push down using that stretching tissue. Find it, squeeze, and 50% effort. 60 seconds. Keep it right in that stretching tissue. It's not how hard you can push, but it's if you can use what we're trying to use. Target those tissues, target those muscles. Work. Adjust your position so that you can feel that stretching tissue and feel it working. We're halfway through. Use that. And if this is the first couple times for you, you may not feel it great, or might not feel it really strong, but if you feel it, even if there's a little spark, connect to that and keep using that. That's the beginning of being able to gain control of that muscle, so that you can train it and not compensate and use something else. So keep squeezing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze up. Rotate up. Inside ankle, trying to rotate up to 12 o'clock. Squeeze. Got 30 seconds to go. Keep squeezing. Generate that internal tension. Connect to those tissues. Feel them working. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift, and capsule cars. Sweep out, and in for 1. Out, and in for 2. Out, in for 3. Out, in for 4. Last one, sweep out, and in for 5. I'm going to bring my block down. Find your stretch position. Start pushing down, ramping down. Strong. Keep it right in those muscles. And max safe effort pushing down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rotate up. Squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax out of there. We're going to move to our back. Series on our back is just going to be passive range holds and hip flexion lifts. So in the same, basically that same position, right? If I was quadruped, if I was sitting at the same position, right, when we were up, same position here, but now I'm just down, this leg is bent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this leg up into a stretch here, and what I'm going to do is now I'm going to use my hip flexor. So this is a hip flexion passive range hold, getting into as much hip flexion as I can. Then I'm going to squeeze my hip flexors, and I'll slowly release that back leg, and I'm holding for, right, so I'm up here in my stretch, and I'm going to try not to let it come down. So, right, as I release this leg, it is going to come down, but I'm using all of these muscles in here to try to keep it up there without losing anything. I'm also trying to keep my external rotation as well. So it's not just straight hip flexion, but it's hip flexion with that external rotation. So hold external, hold hip flexion as we go. So here, you can use that other leg, or you can use your hands if it's more comfortable, right? I'm pulling all the way up, squeezing tight still, and I'm slowly releasing the hand, holding external rotation and hip flexion. All right, so here we go. We'll set up. And then exercise number 2, I'm just going to lift into as much hip flexion and external rotation as I can. I'm going to straighten out my leg and then bring it back. And I stop here. I mean, you can straighten out, but I'll lose my external rotation. So just hold as much hip flexion as you can, hold as much external rotation as you can, and doing that, straighten your knee until you feel like you're going to lose external rotation or lose too much hip flexion. So I'm going to hold it up here, extend out as much as I can, come back and down. Up with external rotation, kick out, back and down. All right, those are our 2 exercises. So here we go. Ready, big hip flexion. Find that stretch. Squeeze hip flexors and external rotation and release. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. Find stretch. Squeeze tight. Slowly start releasing. Hold hip flexion and external rotation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 2. Reset. Big squeeze. Find that stretch. Big squeeze. Hip flexor stuff. External rotation and release. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 3. Relax. External rotation. Pull up. Big hip flexor. Big external rotation and release. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's 4. Last one. Pull up into that stretch. Big stretch under here. Hold external, hold hip flexion, squeeze. Start to release. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, hip flexion with external rotation, knee kick, come down and down. Doesn't matter what your non-working leg is doing, just be comfortable. It could be down, it could be up, out to the side, whatever you've got, whatever's comfortable. Here we go, external rotation. Hip flexion, big squeeze, kick, hold external, come down and down. 1, external rotation, lift, kick, down and down. Hold both hip flexion and external rotation. External rotation, hip flexion, kick, hold it as much as you can, kick out, back and down. External rotation, hip flexion, kick, come down and down. If you're not holding the external rotation along with the flexion, it might be kind of easy, right? Where I'm just pulling up and kicking up, down and down. So make sure, hold that external, pull up. Hold that external as you're kicking. External and as much flexion, kick up, come down and down. Rotate, lift, kick, come down and down. Rotate, lift, kick, down and down. Rotate, lift, kick, down and down. Last 2. Big rotation, squeeze, big hip flexion. Hold it up there. Don't lose any external rotation or hip flexion as you kick down and down. Last 1. Rotate, lift. Hold that. Kick. Come back and down. All right, we'll switch sides. Other leg. External rotation. Find your stretch. Pull up. Big squeeze. External rotation. And hip flexion. Squeeze. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset. Here we go. Get yourself into a big stretch. And hold. Slowly release. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 2. External rotation. Pull up. Squeeze. Hold. Try not to release. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Big stretch. Squeeze external rotation and hip flexion. Squeeze all of that stuff right in here. Squeeze, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 1. External rotation. Hip flexion. Big breath. Squeeze, hold. Release your support. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Right into, rotate, lift, kick, down, and down. Ready? Here we go. Rotate, lift. Hold that rotation and lift as you kick and extend. Come down and down. Try not to lose any of that rotation or lift. Rotate, lift, hold it right there. That's a statue. Start extending as long as you can hold that position down and down. Of course, you are going to lose some naturally, but try not to lose any. So try to hold that knee up as high as you can. Try to hold it, your hip as rotate as you can. Rotate, lift. Hold that as you extend. Come down and down. Rotate. Lift, kick, come down and down. Big rotation, squeeze, lift, kick, come down and down. Rotate, lift, kick, down and down. Rotate, lift, kick, come down and down. Last 3, here we go. Rotate, lift, kick, down and down. Last 2. Big external rotation. Rotate, lift, hold it up there, kick, down and down. Last 1, best one. Rotate, lift, kick, come down and come down. All right. We'll get into our last position of the day here, we're going to be in the figure 4. So again, the exact position doesn't matter. What we're just trying to do is gain access to our tissues in a certain way. I think my arm's a little short today, so I'm going to use this to hold myself up. This leg is, the straight leg is obviously going to be stretching the hamstring a little bit. If your hamstrings are tight, if not, then you may not even feel this. If your groin is tight, we're going to be working this groin side first. We're going to do pails and rails here. So stretch, push. If your leg is up here, push into a nice stretch. You don't have to get it all the way to the ground. Doesn't have to be a perfect figure 4. Just get in this position where you have a light stretch on this side, groin stretch on that side. We're just using the position to best access what we're trying to work on right now, and that is groin. So pushing down into a stretch. I'm going to go 30 seconds pulling up, 30 seconds pushing down. So I'm using inner groin to push up first, and then imagining that I have this block under here. I'm pushing, squeezing down against that block using that outside hip. All right, so here we go. 30 seconds on the clock. Ready, deep stretch position, and squeeze up using inner groin. Ramp and squeeze inner groin. Trying to pull that knee up. Squeeze up, squeeze up, squeeze up. Four, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze down. I'm kind of abbreviating this. I would do a similar sequence with the 60 seconds, kind of medium one first, just to feel it, and then a hard one, but we're kind of cutting it in half. Just because we're running short on time, so we're just doing the 30-30 here, and then we're going to go into the movement. So keep squeezing down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Lean out as far as you need to this side. We're going to do our movement base. So we had our isometric base. Now we're going to have a movement exercise using those muscles. Lean as far as you need to. You don't need a block. You could go here. You could even go all the way to your side, but you're going to lift. And you could even start here if this is too much of a groin stretch. You can start here, right, with your foot up. But we're going to go lift, rotate, sit back, come down, lift, rotate, and back to that half butterfly. So find whatever position you can get that movement in, whether you're kind of all the way down to your side, which is okay, and the foot is up, and you have to rotate here. But the main thing is, right, we're lifting, rotating, and kind of getting that hip almost in that hurdler's motion, right? We're working our hip there. So whatever kind of position you need to get in, I just don't want is I'm way up here, right? This is great. And then as I'm doing the exercise, I'm moving and kind of giving myself space. I want to statue it to where it's challenging and I'm in the same exact spot the whole time, and the only thing moving is the hip, right? I don't want to use anything else to get that hip movement. I'm training just my hip to move and do what the hip is supposed to do. So here we go, back and forth, 1 minute at your own pace. It doesn't matter if you do 1 during that time or 10. Just slow and controlled, moving just the hip. Practicing moving just the hip. Ready and begin. So the hip is going from the front, this butterfly position, lift, rotate, sit back, come down, lift, and back up. Whatever position you're in to achieve that is great. That's the best position for you. That's what we're doing. Working your hip. 30 seconds. smooth and controlled. Everything else is a statue, just moving your hip. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. I wish we had some time for hip flexion, but we're just going to go to the other leg. Find your groin stretch. 30 seconds on the clock. Start pulling up with your groin. Ready and begin. Squeezing groin, trying to lift this leg up. Pull, squeeze. Using all of this inside hip stuff here to pull up. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze down. So don't assist down with your hand. Actively use outside hip now to try to pull that hip down. Pull. Pull with that outside hip. Squeeze. Squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Find your position that you're going to be able to do your hip hovers with here. Get tight. I'm bracing on my own leg. You can hold on to the ground. You could be lying down, whatever you need to set yourself up for best success of just moving hip. Everything tight, ready, and begin. Good, just moving that hip. And we're going to be running out of time here, so I'll just say when we're done with this one, you can continue and kind of just do more sets of pails and rails and your hovers, or just finish off with a nice hip car, just like we did in the beginning, and call it a day. About 20 seconds. Still just moving hip, getting as much range as you can. Push that range, smooth and controlled. We've got 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Great job, everybody.